Hello, viewers on my Facebook and YouTube. This is Jean Aninyon again. Just to continue on my explanation and um, the experience that I've been through with the narcissist, uh, inhumane treatment, should I say, unfair um, treatment, uh, negligence treatment, uh, denial treatment, um, nasty behavior treatment, selfishness treatment, uh, satanism treatment, whatever so and so that hurtful that I've been through from the narcissist hands. I would explain more a little bit of this. The other day, as I have rebelled the truth about narcissist behavior, attitude towards me between my last ex-boyfriend, the American man, Dietrich Anolina Jr., and the people behind us who are also using him to betray me. It's been a great severe damage into my life. As what I have studied between so many preachers and inspirational speakers of how they minister the words, explaining about how the narcissists like to be praised and they're so be grateful if you are confronting them, provoking them, if you get rage of their mistreatment towards you, that's what they think, that they become more powerful. To me, it wasn't the case of Didi. I know that Didrik is a narcissist, and Didi Anwina Jr. is a narcissist, and maybe he has been a narcissist all his life. I believe that he also have a Nephilim bloodline in him. Maybe not all, maybe not, because he's got these spiritual images sometimes that I cannot understand why. In some point, there's a transitions between his mind and his body and his spirit. I can discern because I have a discerning spirit of the Almighty God. Though he do not contradict me in my faith with God, he comes with me to my congregations, which, as I explained into one of my videos, that he glorified God, he wanted to change, and we even sing a song of how great thou art, which really is a beautiful song to the Almighty, and his voice is tremendously beautiful. So either he's a son of Lucifer, I don't know. I mean, he's a human being in this world. He can transcend himself perhaps in the way, because I don't know what height he has gone to this cult of Satanism business he's been to in the US, and or recently with the group who had initiated him in Dumaguete. But just like living in the power of God, the dark power in this world also has access. That's why it's called dark power, because there also are used manipulations to manipulate things and people and mind in this world. So just like a magician, just like hypnosis and all that, this so-called satanism or cult or masonry, or what do you call this? I don't know, it's Alpha Kappa Rho. Yeah, they have their spiritism memorizations of what they have to utter to make effective. It's just like saying, example, me, if I like somebody somewhere, okay, and he keep looking at me, I would whisper to myself, come over, and he does come over, because the word has power, okay? So therefore, I know that in the very beginning of our time, when we first live in together, Dietrich and I noticed him that when some certain time, when he stood up and do something in roaming around the apartment, there's something in him that I noticed spiritually, which I do not want to elaborate in that now, but I understand that there is a spiritual power behind us, because we are also spirit, but that spirit that appears to him during that time it's a holy spiritual power, so it's not bad. Only right at the end, that when he was told off to break up with me, he was actually, I think, tortured inside the house of Kevin, our landlord at that time. Maybe the reason why he could not get away in that place, because he is being held responsible to example of what will happen to me. But in this explanation, I would say to you that the intention of Didi to me in the very beginning, as I trust and believe in God that we are predestined, it's a good intention that he wants me to be with him. he loves me. We fall in love in the very first few days that we met and we dated, and accepted his love, because he proposes to me in the third night, took me out for dinner and say, instead of you having to be a cook and for me, because he wanted me to work for him at that time, to be his cook. So because he's tired of like going outside and drinking outside, and he's, maybe it was just his way of saying that, but he really was looking for somebody that, to which he was lucky, or should I say blessed, that he found me that night, that afternoon that we met, and we were introduced by my friend, which is also his personal friend. So I would say that when I accepted him, he was sincere, because he said he's been lonely for so long. That's why he left Oregon to come to the Philippines, to live in peace, to find somebody, and to die here in the Philippines, as his purpose to retire in the Philippines. And to me at that time, I have accepted him. Why? Because I find him so attractive, and I find him so honest, and I find him so I think he was just easy to fall in love with, and then so I said, what am I got to lose? I'm single, I have no kids, I have no husband, nobody loves me. And then here I am, I seems to found this right person. I said, well, what am I got to lose? I mean, if he can provide me just enough, he can provide for two, which is more than enough, he said. So I accepted that way, that we lay down our cards on the table before we get serious. And so we settled that, and everything works together for good, until that his injury from the motorbike accident completely triggered, and it makes half of his body swollen to the maximum in a few days, until that I have to take him to the hospital 16th of October 2023, just after my birthday. And during that period of transitions between his severe painful accident, surgery, treatment, suffering, sleeping, lying down in bed for 5 months, it was been very painful to him, and difficult, because he cannot get up, and I am the one who actually to care and care for his body, to clean his ass, which full of, should I say, shit. I have to change his diaper. Sometimes I have to wash his wounds, which I have to change the bandage, which it takes 1 hour to do it, because of the severity of the injury and how deep is the wounds, and you have to carefully scrape and take off all the last applications and change to a new one, which is a lot of washing of this medical treatment supplies and so on. To the extent that when he was healing, something that is happening and is happening good, until March, apparently March, it started to be different. That March, just after I came home from my house in Tayasan, which he agreed to me that I can stay for a while if I have to, because I haven't been visiting the house, my property, for a long time, since of his reading bed hospitalization inside the house from the hospital. So I thought, yeah, okay, now he can be independent a little bit, but there was worse thing happening there in between. He was supplied with another woman to at least one night accompany him with drugs. So on the 15th of March, I apparently come back quickly because of this, because I discerned in my spirit that there was a woman. I could not sleep. I could not have sleep that night, until I keep calling him. I have to keep texting him. I have to call him, and early in the morning I wake up, so I have to keep calling him, texting him and all that. So that was the beginning of a something that it was triggering into my spirit, and it was true, because he admitted that anyway. By the time that I came back in the 15th of March, that same day, I just arrived 12:30 in the afternoon, and by about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I was in the house. We already have started talking about it, and this is what he said: I feel that you could not trust me anymore. I feel that I have breached your trust. Sitting on the couch watching TV while he's drinking again, because he started drinking already at that time, March. He started drinking February actually. So so the question there was, who is she? How did you know her? And so and so and so. He did not admit the person. You know, there was a trace that one of my lotion is gone. The other lotion is in front of her, in front of him, on the table. So I don't know what did she do. Did she give him a hand? I don't know what, but all I know that he's high. He's in drugs. Okay, he couldn't eat properly a few days, almost 1 week. For the sake of it, that's why I know, because during his recovery time, I have feed him, and every day he eats and eats and eats every day. He eats and eats and eats and eats a lot. And for the first time, almost 1 week, he couldn't eat properly. I don't know what drugs he swallowed, what drugs they had given him. So that was that. But it didn't take too long. I have to forgive him. I tried to understand him. I tried to be more patient, because he's been hospitalized. I was thinking maybe it is all the drugs, all the IV that is giving him, left and right. He has like 8 IV at the same time in the hospital that time, and then there was more medication. And so maybe I thought that his mind has gone a little bit, like this, crazy. But it's not the key really. Yes, Didi maybe is a narcissist. And behind the narcissist behavior, there is so-called demons, an evil spiritual entity that have possessed his mind from time to time, or whether he's aware of it. I don't know if he was aware of it, as it is explained by Dr. Prophet Jeremiah, that Prophet David Jeremiah, that behind the narcissist there is an evil spirit of such person, in align with the Nephilim, whether he still have a Nephilim blood, or he's part of the Nephilim family. He has a Nephilim spirit. Okay, so that therefore they always feel more superior to others. They always feel more superior to their actions, that they do not feel of apologizing. They do not feel of accepting that they could do wrong, but they could be wrong. Okay, but in some case, I find out that his behavior, sometimes he's quite apologetic, very kind, but he showered me with adorations and love when we were first few months, that especially when we were just first 2 months, when he was not yet sick. During his sickness, of course, nobody there. I was the one who taking care of everything. I mean, when it comes to everything, it's like exactly as cleaning his ass, cleaning his everything in his private part. He cannot get up, and everything. So I was more than the nurse, basically. I was a nurse, I was a nanny, I was a secretary, I was a cook, I was a lover, I was, good Lord heavens, a maid. I was everything that he has. Nobody, no other women there who called on his phone saying, "Oh, Didi, can I see you?" And how are you? Nothing, nobody, because I hold his phone. I hold his phone. There was no woman there who say hello to him. "Oh, Mr. Didrik, where are you?" Or except that his wife sometimes was actually the time that he was already being able to hold his mobile phone. I give his phone back and say, so he takes his wife Tammy and say, "Good morning, how are you?" And she just accept and I replied the same, because I think she know that who he is. She probably know that he is the one, the husband, but I wouldn't interfere, I just see the messages, and I wouldn't want to say, "Why did you text her? Why?" She's still the wife, okay? I respect that, she's still the wife. And during the time when he already wake up from 2 days comatose in hospital, after the operation, he texted her and said, "I have a light stroke." Light stroke! In his right leg, he's been sliced like a lechon kawale, lechon baboy, a pig cooked in spit. Like he was sliced like this, and he's all over his leg is completely infected. Light stroke. What a lie. So then she say, "Oh, are you okay? Are you being looked after?" Because she's in America, she's in San Diego. I reply and say, Didi is in the right hand, and he is now recovering. So she replied again, "And who is this?" And I do not elaborate anymore, because I don't want to explain to her at that time who I was. Now, having to said all that, I'm writing a book about this, my experience with narcissists. Having to say all that he is a narcissist, true that he maybe have a bloodline with Nephilim, or maybe he had adopted a Satanism culture from the US, and at the same time he tried to change and become a Christian. He come with me to church. We go glorifying God. We go. He loved to sing to the Lord, and as I said, we even have duet together in our church. We sing "How Great Thou Art" and how beautiful was his voice. I did love the man. Don't make me wrong, people. And I can tell you only that the heartaches that they have done to me, I say that they have done to me because he's not the only one that broke my heart. You know why I say this? Yes, Didi maybe is a narcissist, but I can handle him properly, because I think I have overpowered him, because yes, I am belong to God, and he bowed down that he is under God, and he accepted that I am a Christian. He told me that he is a Lutheran's Christian. Maybe he was not. Maybe he was a Luciferian back in the US, and he just lied to me, gaslighting me, telling me that he knows of anything about the Bible, but he doesn't know anything about chapter and verses that he can precisely memorize and give it to me. as an example, but I know more because I study the Bible. But he said that he has a um, Bible scholar, biblical Bible scholar honor in the U.S. He studied for that, he said, during our early conversations in our early days of living in together. And I didn't question that. I mean, yeah, a lot of people who are also theologian graduate, but basically they have no spirit of God. So they study the Bible. Yes, they have the knowledge of the Bible, but they have no spirit of God. They don't live on it. They have no should I say, they don't apply the word of God in their lives. Especially Didi, he drinks a lot. He drinks a lot to the point that when I first few days in his apartment, there was one sack of bottles and bottles and bottles of alcoholic bottles. So I'm surprised. But then, should I judge him for that? Maybe he drinks a lot because he's alone. Because he has no girlfriend, he has no wife. Maybe that's all his relief at that time. And I come along into his life. He still drink, but he doesn't drink that much as probably he was, because I was observing him. And I didn't drink much at that time with him because I have to control myself. So I drink when we go out, but I have to keep watch. When we drive around at night, he cannot see properly. He's scared of the dogs, that he could run over to the dogs and then have another accident. So but to the point that is, I'll go back to my explanation that maybe he is half Nephilim. Maybe he is a real narcissist, covert narcissist, which a covert narcissist is more it's more the explanatory is more Hades or hideous. It's more dangerous, because at first they will do anything to the extent to love you, to shower you with nice expensive things. Or he do not buy me gifts. He will just give me the money to buy things for myself. I go groceries and all that stuff, and then you can buy things for yourself. You just give me the money for that and so on. I mean, he is not rich. That's what I have accepted him. That he said, as we lay down our cards on the table, he said that this is what I have every month. I have the pension. I have double pension. So it's $5,000 pension, example, and then like it goes into like 285,000 pesos per month. Okay, fair enough. If we spend 100 and then we still have 150, or if we spend 150, he still have 100. But how that goes now with him, anyway, doesn't matter. I'm not there anymore. Okay. What I say that Didi is not he's not stingy. He is giving, and there are some area in time that if he run out of money and he has difficulties of transferring money from the US account into the Philippine account, he gets irritated. And I understand that everybody get irritated that way, so I don't pressure him for that. So just have to wait a few days and all that. So, but the only thing that I would like to emphasize now in this point in time, as all that I have explained, that he is not the only one who broke my heart, is that having to review our photos together and the videos during his 31st birthday of March, 31 of March, his birthday each year. So 31 of March 2024, 2024, I celebrated his birthday. I bought him cake. Then I take him to a nice classy restaurants in Valencia for the second time because it's his birthday. I have to repay for what the kindness he gave me, in respect to he threw a party on me on my birthday last year, 2023, or September 29. So I thought, like, if you love somebody, you have to do the same thing. You will praise to each other. So what I can give to him, because I don't have the contributions of finances, what I can give to him is to give him all my love, all my adoration, that he would love me more that way. He loved my food, everything that I do and eat, and cook for him. He loves them. Everything that we talk about, he loves them. Everything that we go in places together, as we both discovering our selves, one to each other, he loves it. I don't know, is it really true that a narcissist do not have feelings, and that when later on, when he started to gaslight you with evil words or hurtful words, that he will not feel pain? I think that's not true, because I think that inside his heart he was actually hurting. The reason why I say that he's not the only one who hurt me is that he was tortured after that, months and months after we separated last year May. And from May to so forth and so on, and each month and every minute and every day of my life, I love him. I miss him. I go crazy. I cry out loud. Why, Lord? Why, God? Why me? Why this? Why us? Why do I always lose the one I love? And then I find out, as I saw his big thumb right here, was big injury in here. Nothing to do with his legs, that is now on process of healing. Nothing to do. This is completely bruised, so the blood clot is on the sides. And I know that now I know that the last time that he talked to Kevin, there was people inside that Kevin's house, and he probably attacked him. I don't know if it's Guy Langan, John Langan, I don't know which. These three brothers, right? My ex-husband, Guy Peter Langan, once, and when we were living together in England, and I get to know him here in the Philippines, where we were young. We were in our early 20s. His mother told him that he is the only son. But then, I think he was the one who told me that they were separated when they were just like 3 months old. So, one is his father, which he grew up in New York, and that's Francis. And 3, that's his twin. 3 that's John Langan, which is son of a Taiwanese woman, which is his father, I don't know, second wife. Okay, so they have actually reconciled between those years as we are separated. And these people, they are not that millionaire from the US. And Guy, he's not a billionaire. He grew up with his mom, with his auntie's house, with his cousins in England. He's English. However, he grew up finishing junior school, which is in the Philippines, high school. Okay? Junior or senior school. So, then he became an immigration officer in England. And as I get back there with him, I get pregnant. He didn't want the child because in his reasons that we are still young, he still have much to achieve, so forth and so forth. And so that he forsook me to actually, he didn't want to be a father. What I understand, he doesn't want to be a father. How am I going to be a mother now? I'm new in England. And I have nobody there except him and his mother. So I agree that my pregnancy should be terminated in Brighton Hospital. And that wasn't true. That was 2 months old. From there on, I stayed in bed for at least like maybe 1 month, 2 months. I was depressed, I was angry, I was hurt. And then I left him because we have arguments and arguments. Every time his mother came back home, we have arguments and arguments. So I left the house. And that was 19... We got married 1992. I came back to the Philippines 1996. We lived together. I think we only lived together 3 years. I don't know how it works. And from there on, I have men and men and men and men. Why? I am available. I have people that I send to schools and universities. I have parents that I have to support. I have to support my lifestyle too. Who wants to be poor in this world? I was waiting and waiting and waiting for him. I wrote letters to England. Did his mother give him? I don't think so. Right now, he came to Asia, following me around everywhere. At first, I get engaged to the American man, Thomas Ray Sorensen, from Boston. He lives in a what's called this place? It's not California, Florida, Melbourne, Florida. So he sponsored me as a fiancé. I got my visa. We're supposed to be married January 15, 2020. It didn't reach to the point. Why? Because his house was on surveillance. He was framed. And I misunderstood what Richard on the phone talking to him, and I thought that, are they having an affair? Is Tom gay? But that was just a gaslighting, I think. So then I left him. Come back to the Philippines. I have another man, another boyfriend, and all this. But that was the beginning that my ex-husband and his brothers and all the resources started to follow me around, follow me everywhere, follow me around, follow me everywhere, follow me around, follow me everywhere. Knowing even who did I sleep with, what my dress was, why am I in Shangri-La Hotel in Makati. I was with these bankers from the Asian Development Bank manager from England. I was sitting down there at the lobby having breakfast. I was followed by NBI. Somebody is wearing an NBI badge anyway. But all that, this is just small thing. I have moved on and moved on and moved from one boyfriend to another, from one boyfriend to another, from one boyfriend to another, from Manila, Singapore, and to Hong Kong, and to Malaysia. I have moved on and moved on and moved on. They never stop. They never stop following me now because they have found out that most of my men have money, they have position, they are in high ranking in their companies, like CEO, area manager, Southeast Asian manager, like Thorsten. He was working in Carlsberg company before. He's Danish. Like Terry, like Peter Kaiser. I got some good guys who are, with money, quite affluent guys. But they break everything everything. They will do anything and everything to just drag my relationship into nothing. Still, I move on, I move on, I move on, I move on. Why? Where is he? Why doesn't he come up face to face? But I already have the clue at that time. I already have the clue at that time. I already have the clue who was behind all these things that triggered into my life. I have the clue. And some of these guys that I have had a friendship relationship with, they hurt them. I don't know how they hurt them. They torture them. One of them is my German friend, Andres Hope. I met him in Manila. So kind to me, so nice to me. He was hospitalized in Manila. And because I have to chase him up into the hospital, I have to chase him up into following him into the hotel, because we are gonna have dinner, and so they revive him quickly. I don't know how they did it, but he was hospitalized for a few hours. I have not seen him ever since, after that meeting that we have. There are people that they have hearts to the maximum. These three guys, Guy Pitilangan, Francis Langan, who's been hiding, and John Langan. This John Langan is one of the worst narcissists of the family, one of the great satanists of the family, because I know his Instagram. I was digging Guy Pitilangan's name into the Facebook, looking up. The Holy Spirit told me April 2015 in Singapore. I am drunk. I have a hangover. I have my laptop next to me. This Spirit of God telling me, dig it up, find the name, find this. But you know what I found? Massive Collective Private Limited empire of businesses. Huge corporation. Nightclubs and restaurants who are in the menu faces that are involved in the company. There's somebody that looks like Guy, there's somebody that another looks like Guy, and there's somebody that looks like Guy. Well, a resemblance at least. This John Langan is one of them. He's got this plastic surgery done completely. He had a broken face. Francis Langan is a bit taller than Guy. So I believe that they have reconciled long time ago. And now they use me. They use me to accumulate their money, their wealth. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. That's why they never let me go. They never wanted me to be married. Even I was studying in Singapore. I'm Mascom, you know. I'm a Mascom student in Singapore. And I tried to continue back in Thames School, Thames School, Thames School, which is affiliated in one of the university in private university in Libis, Quezon City. After that, but I only got into advanced diploma, which I have not finished the course. Back in Singapore, I was doing advanced or master, I think I was. Yeah, I was doing BA communication anyway. BA of I was doing business master BA, is that Bachelor's of Art in Mass Communication. Yeah, in Singapore. So who was supporting me there? Okay, I tell you, I work at night in the nightclub. I'm not gonna be ashamed telling you this. I work at night in the nightclub. There was this big nightclub in Singapore. It's called Top 10. I used to go there. I have to earn my money to pay my rent, pay all my family's expenses in the Philippines, pay my condominium in Manila, and pay my rent in Singapore. pay my tuition fees. Okay? Then Michael Glenn Graham, which is my sister husband now, was supporting me. Thomas Ray Sorensen, we get back together 2004. We get back together. He was supporting me. Now I got the money. Okay. Now then, when Thomas Sorensen and I, now Glenn is out of picture now. When Thomas Sorensen and I get back together, he traveled again to China. Something happened. I have to call the U.S. Embassy in Singapore to trace Thomas in China. The second time I tried to trace him in South America because he's not on the hotel that he's supposed to be there. He's not there. He said, "Oh, I changed hotel." This time I could not trace him anymore. That was the last time and the last time I could not have any contact with Thomas Ray Sorensen anymore. Remember that when I was with Thomas Sorensen, 1999, December, I arrived in the US, in Florida, in Melbourne, Florida. I stayed until January. He was supposed to travel to Taiwan for a business trip. And when he came back, we are ready to have our wedding ceremony. We already have prepared all that at the Holiday Inn. We already have invited people. We already have our ring. We already have registered. We were registered that day. That day that we were registered, there was this phone call from Richard, and Richard had called a million times, and I was listening and listening to the voicemail, and the voicemail wasn't nice. The voicemail wasn't. He sounds so angry, agitated. He sounds like Thomas have on him something. So I was in my mind, I thought like, what the fuck, what does he got from him that he didn't get from me? I'm young. I was in my early 20s at that time. Well, I was 26, should I say. So, 26, 27 at that time. So, I said, what do you get from man? What do you get from man that you didn't get from me? Why does he speak to you that way? I confronted him that way. So, I think I'm just very confrontable. I don't know. I need an answer. So, in that point, he couldn't agree to my answer. He didn't answer at all. So, I said, like, I can't do this. I said, what's going on? Well, you told him that you're not gonna marry me. We just been to the register's office to the woman who's going to marry us on January, and then you told him that we're not gonna get married, and then he called me a bitch. You don't even defend me, because I overheard the conversations on the phone. I was listening to the other line. So remember that the first invasion of my private affairs, love affairs, private relationship started in 2000, January. Started that time. Ends with me and Didrik 2024, May 4, 2024. That is 24 years. 24 years. That is 24 years of invasion of my private life. Guy Peter Langan, if you're still alive and if you're watching this, or Francis Langan or Guy John Langan, that you pretend to be him. You are evil. You are evil. You are evil motherfucker. That includes your father. That includes your mothers. You are all evil. I don't know how they brought you up in this world. Invaded. Don't tell me to move on, motherfuckers, because I have moved on. How many men and relationship that you have destroyed from me? Destroying my private life, destroying my love affairs or my engagement to be marriage. That's not lawful in the laws of God. In the eyes of God, that's not lawful. And don't tell me, if you are alive and watching this guy peddling, I know you guys have hackers that look for my accounts and follow my accounts. I know you guys, you've done this before. You've done it in Singapore when I was living with George Guthrie Ellington. You have a lot of Filipino people that are working downstairs, working for you at the Massive Collective Private Limiteds, working for you and your technical computer. On the 14th floor, you have people, they're all Filipinos. We are on the 15th floor, right? Exactly in the same level. In the same not the same level. We are in the 15th floor, they are in 14th floor. You have people, technical people that you hire to hack my system. You have witches and wizards that you have hired, that me and Gus will have a big fight. Yes, and you have succeeded because you found his weakness. You found out who he is, and that's what you did. That's what you did to him. Exactly the same as you found what you've done to Didi and I. You hack all our communications. You hack my numbers. You hack his numbers. I know when I left the house, this is in Didi's apartment, May 4, May 5, he had an affair with the nurse. After that, 1 day, 2 days later, 3 days later, I could not contact him anymore. Who has blocked me? He did not block me. He is blocked. As you always do, you take over someone's SIM card, you put it into your computer and hack everything. You've done that many times. You took over someone's SIM cards, or you swap someone's SIM cards. You make it all yours, and then you took over everything. I know that you took money from Didi. I'm being accused by his friend. What's his name? His friend Sebastian, the Australian man that lives in Dumaguete. I'm being accused that I have took money from him. I have taken money from Didi. Didi give me his. That's so much he trusts me. He gave me his business card, whatever card is, credit card. When he was dying in the hospital, everything I paid for in the hospital, there was none for me. Whatever he gives me for my budget, that is all I have. And I put that in the right places. If he gives me his ATM because he doesn't want to go, he knows how much I take because he tracked that in a way in his cell phone. So, how much money do you think that I stole from him? Yet I was accused of stealing money from him. You are the one, Guy Pitilangan, or your Langan brothers. You are the one who used someone's name, Eileen. I don't know what was the last name. I couldn't get the last name of the woman. I was serving him food in the morning for our breakfast. I saw the name, Eileen. He sent 68,000 pesos to. And I'm sure that he did not know Eileen, where that Eileen come from, how that Eileen look like. But you are using Eileen's name, send the money to that name, into that number. As I got that, I have fight with him. I have argument with him. Who was Eileen and who was the other one who was asking you 1,500? All these women you used to destroy my relationship. You use Kevin to destroy my relationship. You use Kevin as a channel because he's the same shit as you, as asshole. He's one of the narcissists like you. You use him to manipulate Didi. That's why Didi cannot get out of that compound. That the minute he will get out of that compound, you will charge him for some reason, destroying him, kill him, or I don't know how you treated him. You treated him for the point that I thought that he is a military retired. He would have a good contact on the military intelligence and so forth. But then I thought like I'll be secured with this man. I'm secured with this man because, you know, well, who cannot be secured with him? He's big and tall man. I love him for that. He's not bad looking. I love him for that. He was there. Even at his sickness, he was able to feed me, to provide me. I take care of him financially. I take care of him in all he needs. Those men that you destroyed from my life, they at least have compassion, sympathy, to love me. To love me. Where are you? When I was writing letters to you back in England, I was back in the Philippines. Where are you when you're supposed to see me in Singapore and have at least use an excuse like, oh, hi, I think I know you. I think, Eugene? Oh, hi. How's things? No. You didn't have the balls to show your fucking motherfucking asshole face coward. Because you wanna play like James Bond 007. As you think you are that intellectual. So you use people round and round until you owe them a lot of money. You owe them to the maximum that they use you. And I think they have to use you. And then they would tell you, oh, Jean, she's in this hotel. She's wearing this thing. She's with this man. Now, how much you owe them at those days? That even your business in Singapore got bankrupt. Even your massive collective private limited empire get bankrupt. You know why? Your power are for seasons only. Whereas the power of God is almighty, eternal. You cannot beat the power of the almighty God. As you tried to kill me, tried to poison me, 2003, October 29, at the night train with that security company that you used. They're still there. Who died that night? It was called Chris from Scotland. He was the one that had drug overdose with the Johnny Walker that we were drinking. I was alive. By the grace of God, I've seen the Holy Ghost that night. Was it an angel? Was it a Holy Ghost? It was a divine power of God. Trust me. You think you have the power to take my soul, to take my spirit? You have no power. You have no power over me. You have no power. Your power is limited. Your power, Satan's power is shithole. It's like those shit that come out on your ass. Okay? But yes, yeah, you have shaken my life. You have destroyed my relationship. You actually have been rich. You become so rich, so powerfully controlling, manipulative, with your system that you manipulate so badly, using all kinds of wizard and witchcraft, that even in that house, in Didi's apartment that where we live, in the middle of the afternoon, we heard some evil spirit him and me, we have heard it for the first time. For the first time. Until later, you initiated him. You hammered his thumb. How many people that works with you there in Dumaguete? Is the lawyer also work with you? You have enough doing this, Langan brothers. This is more than enough. God, spare my life against you. God, spare my life against you. God, spare my life. I have to save my brothers and sisters. I have to save my family. That's why God, spare my life. I may be poor now because you've done this to me. Didi is maybe a narcissist. He's crazy. He takes drugs sometimes. You know, he maybe have some Nephilim lines of blood. He got this aligned in his mind. I could have handled him that much until that devil, that spirit have destroyed him. We don't really have that much of argument. One time, two time, that was that. You dragged my sister to marry Michael Glenn Graham in exchange of me. You separated me from all my other boyfriends, telling them that I will not know. You have investors in your company that are my men, my customers. Oh yeah, call me prostitute, all right? Call me a whore. Call me a gold digger. Call me a harlot. Call me. Hello, how did you get rich? And if you have another woman now, as you have all kinds of women, because that's sacrificial for your business. You're gonna have to fuck many women to accelerate power, because you're Satanism. I may be a sinner, and I could speak in front of everybody. You can call me Rehab. You can call me Jezebel. You can call me Mary Magdalene. I have Jesus in me. I have Jesus in me. I have Jesus in me. Okay? That doesn't mean that I'm not forgiven. That doesn't mean that I have to do it again and again. I did that before. I did what I have to do before. I am ambitious woman. I have people to feed. I have sent them to schools and universities. I have parents to attend to. I have to buy properties. I was an ambitious woman. I'm still ambitious. I have moved on and move on and move on and move on and move on. But what you do? Now you can track me everywhere because of this advanced communication. Now you can track me, follow me everywhere. You can. Why don't you just come up face to face, motherfuckers? Okay, you bring all your witnesses. You bring all those men that you have destroyed from me, including George Guthrie Ellington, Didrik, including whosoever you can pick up from the past. Oh, you killed some of them. You tortured them. How many times you tortured Didi anyway? I know he's been tortured. I've been looking at our photos again and again now. He doesn't have just this blood clot on his thumb. He has some bruise in his left leg as well, in the upper thigh. So, 6'2", big tall man cannot tell me the truth. Who beat him up inside Kevin's house. Who initiated him? Ah, you put Scotch tape in his mouth. I have confronted him here in Boracay twice. 5th of May and 7th of May. Surprised to see my presence. Surprised to see my face. He could not speak. There was another woman in front of him. I'm not bothered with a fucking bitch. She doesn't look nothing compared to what I've done for him. She doesn't look like a supermodel. She looks like a fucking frog. Would I be jealous? No more of that jealousy. Instead of him coming here, oh, okay, you know, you have you coordinated him to come to Boracay because I'm here. To hurt me? Like you did to Glenn, marrying Glenn and Juliet, my sister? That's stabbing my back, stabbing my heart. You did the same now. You've done it many times. 24 years. You've been invading my private life. You've been invading my personal life. It's not just men that I've lost. I have lost opportunities of businesses. I have lost opportunities of businesses. Now, I can't even sell Green. I can't even sell. Because my passwords or my every communications I have in Facebook, WhatsApp, emails, you have hacked them all. So your money is not enough. Even if you are going to have a coffin of gold, that will not take you to heaven, motherfuckers. Even if you're going to lay down in full gold stones, that will not take you to heaven, motherfucker. Yet here I am. I'll show you. Here I am in Boracay. Is this look luxury to you? Oh, yeah, shame on you. You should pay for 29 years of marriage, useless marriage. Is it luxury to you? Is this luxury to you? I deserve more than this. Is this luxury to you? This is my room. Is this luxury to you? Right. This is my room. This is my toilet. Is this luxury to you? Oh, by the way, Didi, darling, my love, look at that. There you go. I kept this shirt. I took this shirt once again from the laundry which we used to go to in Valencia, I mean in Talay. Because this shirt, I like it very much. My souvenir from you. Souvenir when you die, souvenir when I don't see you, souvenir when I don't talk to you anymore, souvenir that I have love you. I'm keeping this shirt. You still have clothes in my house, in Negros, in Tayasan. So, meaningfully, I have this. But I'm keeping this away from my wardrobe now. Meaningfully that I have this. That's the sign. And God knows that I did love you genuinely. I did love you genuinely. And look at me now, I'm going out. Yet I'm stuck here talking to you. I'm stuck here giving you these messages. Okay. You have to stop these assholes, motherfuckers. Because if you don't stop this, I know that your souls, you three brothers Langan, Guy, Peter Langan, Francis Langan, John Langan, you are Satanists. You have given your lives, your soul, to the demons already, to the devil. You are no longer to be saved. So you're not forgiven. I will not forgive you. You are not forgiven. You are condemned to hell forever and ever. I don't know about Didrik. If he already have chips in his hands, I don't know. But then again, he's a narcissist. As I said, there's an evil shit around him. Now. So, if he give up and come back to God, maybe God forgive him. Don't use my faith as a Christian to forgive. God forgive with the length of his limitation until he say no more. I'm just a human being. We have this teaching in church. You must forgive so that your Father in heaven also forgive you. I will not forgive you, and I cannot forgive you. I do not forgive Satanists. You are a flesh and blood in this world. You know exactly what you're doing. You're a Satanist. You are a flesh and blood in this world. You use dark power instead of higher power. You know what you're doing. You have sacrificial of people. I have heard your voice, Guy Pitilangan. This is in Valencia. When I was having dinner with Didi, I have heard your voice there. I've seen you coming out of the car in Dumaguete. This is when I was preparing my flight to go to Israel on April 2023. And you stopped my flight. You put my name on hold at the airport. The man have spent money for me to work in Israel. What did you do? You invaded him too. What did you do with Ralph Cooney in Germany, who's supposed to marry me? We have in the same age. What did you do? You sent another woman there that looks like me. Wear hair like me, dresses like me, just like all you copy me in Singapore with your concept, massive collective private limited business. I got these images that you copy me. That's demonic. You copy my images. I was even in the advertising company, in this property advertising banners, with one of those people that is online. Me. That was demonic what you've done. Whatever you do now are very demonic. Whatever you do now are very demonic. And I advise you people, whosoever work with this Guy, Peter Langan, Francis Langan, John Langan, whosoever you Filipino people, don't sell yourself to the devil, because these are Satanists. If they use you as an accessory to spy me around, if they use you to dig up my files in a computer, my Facebook, my WhatsApp every time now I have WhatsApp contact, my WhatsApp contact 2 days, 3 days is gone. They don't reply to me anymore. Email addresses, Facebook, Instagram, and this WhatsApp now. Don't tell me all these are coincidence. Coincidence for 24 years. Coincidence. I'm 53 years old. I supposed to be rich now. I supposed to be my own boss, sitting on my office, controlling the flow of my business. And yet, again and again and again, you put me into the position where I have to dug up again and again and again, to start all over again and again and again. You are demonic, motherfuckers. and the God wrath be upon you. The wrath of God consume you in His fire. And I decree and declare this by the power of God. I feel sorry for you, Didi, that you have suffered as well. I feel sorry for you that this is why when I try to drag you to the other table, 7th of March, when I meet you, when I saw you there at that stupid restaurant, the Diamond Resort, you didn't want to come up because you have the excuse that it's a trouble for you. Now I know that what trouble for you. You are being controlled now as well. You are being controlled, you're being held. So you become like them. You agree like that? Is that how you agree? What you got to lose? Instead of fighting for me, fighting for us that time. Now I have to go on with my life alone. Starting all over again in Boracay. There are 4 people. Get out of Boracay, motherfuckers. Leave me alone. Go anywhere in the Philippines. Go to hell, all of you. Go to hell, all of you. That's where you belong. Because right now, as talking to you, my bank account is dry. I have payable bills. I have rent to pay. I have to eat. Who's giving me money now? Where will I get the money? I don't have the sales of my business. Every transaction I have, you have intercepted. And in God's way, in God's grace, He will not let me hungry. He will not let me destitute in this island. He will not leave me nor forsake me destitute and hungry in this island. God is my provider. And God sees how you made me suffer for these 24 years. Enough is enough. As I speak the truth, people around the world, all over the world, Filipino people, this is not a speculations that I have spoken. This is the reality of life that I go through from the hands of the narcissist. Especially, worst of all of these 3 brothers who portray to be good people, controlling freak, greedy, satanist, narcissist, liar. The Langan brothers, Guy Peter Langan. I'm so sorry for your souls. Didrik, Didi, you have told me to move on. I will move on in life. I have always moved on from one relationship to another that I've lost. You're not a difference to them now. Why? You're just the same as everybody. You have no good principle. Instead of fighting for me, instead of fighting for us, you just agreed. You just... How could you be so scared of them? How could you be so scared of them? Why don't you use your brain? Why don't you just tell me? Expose them. If they could have cut your finger that day, let it be cut. I promise that I will tell Jean. But you agreed all these things to them. And I'm sorry for your soul.